Right now at noon, a look at how the 4 states community honored area veterans.
And it's going to be a beautiful, clear, sunny day today, and that trend continues through the work week. I'll have your forecast coming up.
Plus, one Kansas community faces a multi-million-dollar settlement resulting from a police raid.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Across our nation and across the 4 states yesterday, people came together on Veterans Day to celebrate the men and women who served our country. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Samantha Walker. We start our coverage of Veterans Day events in Carthage. The city threw its Veterans Day parade. Businesses, organizations, schools, and more turned out for this year's parade, which took place in the evening as a special way to light up the night in tribute to those who served and continue to serve our country. In Pittsburgh, where Pitt State held a Veterans Day ceremony. This year featured 2014 PSU grad Dr. Carol Meza, an Army combat veteran and Purple Heart recipient who served for 12 years. Also in attendance was the university's president and vice president for university advancement and 6th grade classes from Pittsburgh Middle School. Missouri Southern State University honored service members yesterday as the Patriot Guard Riders rolled onto campus for a special Veterans Day celebration. The event featured music from the MSSU Brass Quintet and remarks from State Senator Joe Carter and Gary Gray, a U.S. Navy Vietnam veteran and ride captain with the Southwest Missouri Patriot Guard.
When I joined in 2009, a family member's son had been killed in Afghanistan. I didn't know the veteran himself, but I knew his mom and dad. So I felt it was my place as a veteran to honor him and the sacrifice he made.
Gray says joining the Patriot Guard Riders is about showing respect for those who have served before us and making sure their service is never forgotten. Now let's check in with meteorologist Donald O'Keefe for a look at the forecast.
As you can see, it's a very beautiful day out there in downtown Pittsburgh. Nice, clear, sunny skies. It's starting to warm up. We're starting to feel that nice, warm air that's starting to build into our area. Rangeline I-44 from our MoDOT cam. People are out, pretty busy, and it's a pretty nice day. Make sure to get out and enjoy this nice weather. Let's take a look at our almanac. Yesterday, we got up to 66 degrees for our high, 30 degrees for our low, and that's a little warmer for our average for our high and colder for our average low for this time of year. Not too bad, though. Our current conditions, 67 degrees. That's actually probably going to be about our high for the rest of the day. A pretty nice sunny skies and a calm day for those winds. Planning your day, it says 65 at noon, but actually we reached 67 by that noon hour. So that's pretty much going to continue through the rest of today, being nice and sunny through the afternoon and into the evening time. We're going to have a gradual cool down, getting to about 51 degrees at 11 p.m., but a nice evening for us. And we're going to see nice sunny skies through the rest of today and into the evening. I'll have to check your full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Donald. A massive settlement has been reached in Kansas following a raid on a small-town newspaper in 2023. Marion County will now have to pay $3 million to 3 journalists and a city councilor. The settlement stems from raids conducted by the Marion Police Department at the Marion County Record newspaper and the homes of the paper's publisher and the councilwoman. Authorities suggested the raids were based on belief that a reporter unlawfully obtained driving records of a restaurant owner before the newspaper published a story about her.
A little bit more, just so that it wasn't something they could dismiss. The money really isn't the important part. Unfortunately, money is a symbol, and people don't take it seriously unless money's attached. So we wanted there to be enough so that people would take it seriously.
The agreement gives the county and sheriff's office immunity from any future legal action related to the raids. Well, Frontenac's first public library hosts its grand opening ceremony yesterday. The $4.5 million facility features 14,000 books, digital resources, and a community room. This week's ribbon cutting celebrates the completion of a project that began in 2022. And a reminder, beginning today, Joblin's Ewart Park will be closed for renovations. The $10 million makeover will bring several major upgrades, including a new splash park, playground, and an ice skating rink during the winter months. City officials say the goal is to modernize the park while honoring its century-old legacy in the community. The project is funded through the city's parks and stormwater sales tax and is expected to be completed in mid to late 2026. Well, coming up, Governor Laura Kelly sits with us one-on-one to discuss the issues impacting Kansans. And later, we're making a tangy pork medallions in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Day 43 of the longest shutdown in government history may end up being the final day of the impasse. The Senate funding deal cleared another hurdle overnight, paving the way for debate and a final vote in the House this evening. Even though Democratic leaders remain opposed, Republicans and President Trump have expressed confidence it will have the support needed to pass. Natalie Brand reports.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's optimistic ahead of tonight's vote to reopen the government.
We're very optimistic about the vote tally tonight. We think this is going to happen, and we're sorry that it took this long.
The Senate-passed deal made it through the House Rules Committee on a party-line vote early Wednesday morning.
Democrats thought this political stunt would give them leverage. They used the American people as leverage, and for what? Really? So big insurance companies can continue collecting big payouts.
Republicans on the committee rejected Democratic amendments, including one to extend the Enhanced Affordable Care Act health subsidies Democrats have been demanding.
This should be something that Republicans should have come and negotiated with us, but they wouldn't do that.
As House members race to return to Capitol Hill,
I'm on my way to D.C.
Some are finding creative ways to get back amid airport snarls, including Wisconsin Congressman Derek Van Orden riding 950 miles on his Harley.
Even with an end in sight, the question remains how long before government functions can return to normal.
Air travelers are expecting another day of delays, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says it's still too early to know when flight reductions at major airports could be lifted.
We're going to wait to see the data on our end before we take out the restrictions in travel, that 6% we have in place right now. But it depends on controllers coming back to work.
Duffy says air traffic controllers will start getting paid within 24 to 48 hours of the government reopening. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, after voting for the proposed government spending bill, Senator Roger Marshall says his focus now is on giving Kansans more control and transparency in how they pay for health care.
Some $35 billion that we've been giving to insurance companies, we want to give that to patients, to consumers. We want to put that in your own healthcare savings account and allow you to make choices of where you want your healthcare. The other piece we're going to add is a price tag bill. So we are going to force every hospital, imaging center, laboratory to show patients what their prices are before you had that surgery done.
Healthcare has been a point of debate between Republicans and Democrats, with both sides clashing over how to lower costs and expand access without adding to the federal deficit. Well, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly wraps up her state budget tour this week, yesterday stopping in Pittsburgh. She also sat down with KOAM's Blake Goley to discuss the challenges her administration faces as she heads into her final legislative session.
Things have really changed in Topeka over the past couple of years, where the legislature has decided to do their own budget and not pay much attention to my budget, which is I'm statutorily required to present a budget. It's the way it's always been for decades upon decades. And things have started to take a turn for the worse.
Governor Kelly says her statewide tour isn't just about the budget, it's about hearing what matters most to Kansans. She says whether it's improving schools, fixing roads and bridges, or addressing water needs out west, people want to know their voices count. This is why the governor says she's rejecting the Republican-led push to realign voting districts.
It is inappropriate, perhaps unconstitutional, but definitely the wrong thing to do. It's supposed to be one person, one vote, and that can be determined by knowing where your people are and how many people are there. So doing it, 5 years in between census means you don't have good data. Things change in 5 years, and so it's almost impossible to do it well.
Regarding the next governor of Kansas, Kelly says she hasn't really given the future of the Democratic Party a whole lot of thought. Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Well, you can hear more from our exclusive interview with the governor and Blake Goley. That's on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Today, we've got your ticket to a museum that really cuts the mustard. Stick around, the tour's about to begin.
Beautiful sunny skies will continue through the week and into the weekend. Let's take advantage of this beautiful week that we have in front of us. More coming up soon. It's a beautiful day out there. As you see nice and sunny skies, that trend will continue through the work week and into the weekend. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. We can see, like I said, beautiful sunny skies. It's starting to warm up. It's feeling a little above average for this time of year, but hey, we'll take what we can get, for this nice weather that we're having. Let's talk about why we're actually seeing a little bit of a warmer trend right now. This is our regional temperature map. We're seeing a blend of some wind and some colors out there. We're having some northwesterly winds come into our area and also some nice warm southerly winds, but eventually those southerly winds will come in and dominate for the rest of the week, bring in those nice warm temperatures and sunny skies. Taking a look at today, so noon today, we're seeing that mix of that wind, but it's still nice and sunny. Through the rest of this afternoon, we're going to see eventually those southerly winds start to come in and dominate, and while we get through the Wednesday evening through the nighttime, it's a little bit slow right now, but there's about Thursday morning. We can see those southerly winds start to build in, and it's going to be nice and warm. But this is about 5 o'clock in the morning. We are going to see some clouds build in tomorrow, and those are going to linger around through the morning, even though it's still going to have some southerly winds. So by about noon tomorrow, it's going to be mostly cloudy. But luckily, through tomorrow afternoon, those clouds are going to start to dissipate, push off, and it's going to have nice sunny skies, but it is going to be on the breezier side tomorrow. Not as breezy as it was yesterday, maybe gusting up to about 20 miles an hour, but it's going to be a pretty nice day for our Thursday, and I want to say it's going to be a pretty nice day for today as well. 67 degrees for our current conditions. That's actually going to probably be our high for the day. We might see it get a little bit higher, but I said 67, 68 maybe. Calm, nice winds, nice, beautiful sunny skies. It's a very good day to get out for a walk. So that's what I was saying, 67 degrees, sunny and nice, and winds are calm. It's basically a beautiful day for this time of year. Overnight, it's going to be on a little bit of the colder side, getting down to about 46 degrees, still clear, and nice winds out of the south, about 5 miles an hour. So it's a pretty good night. So if you want to do an evening walk, definitely it's a good time to do it. Tomorrow looks pretty good as well. 72 degrees, mostly sunny. Like I said, on the breezier side though, winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to that 20 mark. But overall, it's going to be a pretty beautiful day. Taking a look at our 10-day here. 67 for today, possibly might be warmer now. For tomorrow, 72 on the breezier side. We're going to warm up for Friday, getting up to 75 degrees. And look at that on Saturday, 78 degrees. Nice and warm. There's a chance that some areas might see 80, but we put 78 just to be careful because that's still going to be pretty nice. Sunday, we can see 73 degrees and Monday on 74, but Sunday night into Monday, a system does push through and eventually we'll start to cool things down. And there will be some rain chances that will start Monday and through the rest of the week. And you can see those temperatures cool off a bit, getting back into the 50s and possibly the lower 60s as well. But it's really nice out right now, and it's going to be really nice for the rest of this week and into the weekend. So I really am liking the weather we're having right now.
Yes, definitely like the perfect time if you want to go out and enjoy some of these fall activities. A lot of people like to go out and look at the fall leaves or go hiking whenever, we have slightly coolish temperatures. It's not 90s, but before it hits like the 30s, now is like the perfect time to do that.
Most definitely. And like I said, before those colder temperatures, definitely get out because perfect weather for the rest of our work week.
Certainly a lot better than like Monday morning was.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, thanks so much, Donald. Stick around. We're making tangy pork medallions in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. This is one dish that's really easy and really cuts the mustard. Howard is showing us how to make tangy pork medallions in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When you think of museums, you'll probably think of the Smithsonian, the Guggenheim, or maybe the Louvre. But you're probably not familiar with a museum that's tucked away in Middleton, Wisconsin. It's the National Mustard Museum, and believe it or not, it's one of the state's biggest tourist attractions. They have over 5,600 mustards from all over the world. So today, to celebrate this collection, we're making a dish that will certainly, as they say, cut the mustard. We begin by slicing a pork tenderloin into 1-inch slices. and gently flattening them. After seasoning them, we brown them in a hot skillet, which just takes minutes. You see, cooking them in batches helps them brown evenly. Once they're all cooked, we deglaze the pan with a bit of half and half. You want to keep stirring this so you get all the flavor from the bottom of the pan. Now we stir in some Dijon mustard. That's the star of this. Along with some scallion rings and a touch of salt before putting the pork back in. And when you serve this, maybe over some rice to soak up all that creamy mustard sauce, let me tell you, your family will be impressed. To get the recipe for our tangy pork medallions, as well as a chance to win a fancy mustard collection from the museum, go online right now. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for a tangier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this dish along with a lot more good recipes from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
It's going to be a beautiful day and a beautiful end to our week. We have nice sunny skies through Sunday with temperatures reaching into the mid-70s and maybe even seeing 78, possibly 80 on Saturday before a front comes in and cools things down, possibly bringing some rain by the start of next week. But I want to really not take for granted this beautiful weather that we have right now.
Absolutely. You have to appreciate this nice weather while it's here because it won't be here forever.
You can't ask for a nicer day in mid-November, for sure.
That's true.
Well, what do you have coming up for us tonight?
Well, a whole lot's coming up at 5. Specifically, the grocery store can be an overwhelming place when you're trying to watch what you're eating, especially for people with medical conditions like type 2 diabetes. We're going to introduce a program that's teaming up with dietitians and patients to help them make healthier choices. Plus, Joplin Schools approves a new long-range facility plan. We're going to look at how that's going to impact students. And it's match week for the Community Foundation of Southeast Kansas, how the fundraiser supports area organizations. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A whole lot more, of course. It's all coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
Well, those all sound great, Dow. Thank you so much. Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.